Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today guys, I'm here again at the boat. Sorry, I got because it's so dusty here. Um uh I'm almost wanna just sneeze. So anyway, we're here today at the boat to just look for the progress since the last time we're here. So there is already a lot of progress, guys, and also we have boys here, Stephen and Keaton. They are cleaning the engine room and cleaning, removing the rust from the engine room. So I'm gonna go there to check on them. Uh, I just would like to show you guys the progress of the work today from the boat. Today, guys, the already as the last video that I took, they already put this here. See? And also there is the last time that I show you guys, there is a hole here. Now they put already wood here, the hole, and they fix it. And we have workers there trying to do some epoxy. And here also, I don't know what it is. So it's going the other side.
It's okay. It's the song enough. We put the boxing inside. Can put the fiberglass. Whatever we get the fiberglass, you know.
They're working there.
Fiberglass can on
Side.
both sides. It's things go together.
What? They will. What are they doing? Because I have no idea what they're doing.
นั่นคือความหนาไม่มีนะมีแต่ความบางของเรา
So he is one of the contractor. The name of their company is 301 Yacht Marine Repair. So that's what he's doing there, putting some. What is? Hi. What is that? What is he doing?
You get the Tancam powders.
Telecom.
No, not
Talcum.
Tancam.
Talcom.
Tancam powder.
Okay. So,
It's already liquid.
I'll explain to you.
okay. Now explain to me what's the progress.
So the progress so far is they've got the beam cut down to the wood here in the center mast, the bow. Last time there was still the paint filler there. They got that cut off and sealed. And now they're putting on the talcum, which is a epoxy resin, not really epoxy, it's a two-part resin that you use to attach the fiberglass to the boat, but also it's used to seal the hull and fill in any holes or bubbles or divots in the wood. I shouldn't say bubbles because there's no bubbles in the wood, but like maybe knots or where the bolts have been drilled in and there's plugs like here you can see, or plugs here. These are plugs from where the bolts go in to hold these beams of wood onto the struts or the planks attaching to the struts and the beams on the inside of the boat. And the beams are what holds the structure for the boat together. And so this fills those spots in to give it a smooth finish. So that way they don't have as much filler to put in or resin to put in after they apply the fiberglass. So he was just explaining to me that because this is made of the same material that we use with the fiberglass, that it adheres the fiberglass sheets, which are kind of like this tarp behind you in a way. Yeah, like that sheet. It's like much stronger when it's put on with the resin, which is that pink solvent in that big jug there. You can see on the floor.
This one?
Yep, that's resin.
This one?
Right.
So this is resin?
resin that gets mixed with a hardener, which is in the little glass jar there, the brown jar.
These are our standard. We call catalyst.
Okay.
Tantalus.
Cantalus.
Yeah.
You mix it together.
Yeah, we mix together, but we have about maybe 100 by 10, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Small parts, so you use a lot more of the paint.
yeah. Cannot use a lot.
The hardener, if you use too much, it hardens very, very fast.
Yeah,
So fast that you
So
can't
fast.
use it. So you can't use too much, but you can't use too little either. It's
So-
equal part. So that gets mixed in with
Okay.
and that mixed together, and that's what creates the putty or the resin filler that's on the boat currently. Then once they finish sealing all of the cracks or holes like over here, there's some cracks in between the beams and the ceiling. These cracks get filled with a 2-part epoxy, which is different than the resin. Those get filled, and these little gaps and openings get filled to make it watertight. And then they put the resin on top after that dries, and then the fiberglass over that, and then some more resin filler over top of the fiberglass to make it sealed and strong. So it's hot in here. I'm sweating.
You look handsome. So that's it.
So that's it. So right now they're also working on this side, and maybe in the beam that they cut off. There was a bumper beam here, which is common in Thailand, but not common on yachts. I don't like the way it looks, so I asked to be part of the contract. I asked them to remove it, and so they've been chiseling it off in sections. Now on this side, they've sanded it fairly smooth with the rest of the hull, with an exception of some areas that are supporting the boat, stabilize the weight of the boat, which they'll have to do those sections later. It's a bit of a nuisance because they have to work around these support for holding the boat and move them to another place, and then do that section of woodwork and that section of fiberglass or painting. So this side right now, they're drilling in holes to put bolts in because they cut the old bolts off from the original beam, and they're putting new bolts in to make sure that wood there is attached to the hull of the boat, the inner beams, so that way it doesn't loosen up and come out. The plank doesn't come out. So drilling holes in and then putting screws in on this side, and they'll do the same on the other side.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then on the back, they've got the
So we are here, guys, on the top. Let's see. Sean will explain to me what's happening in here.
So the lower portion of the engine compartment, so they can clean and repair with any spots ottoman sitting there. It's probably gonna have to get thrown out. I don't want to use it anymore.
Then what are you doing?
That ottoman, we didn't. It ain't dirty.
Hidden?
Yes, you do.
Why?
What
That's
are
from
you
the guys who
doing?
did the
Not
contract.
right now. No, it's not.
Because it wasn't dirty when we left.
I know how it
Get
looks
ready
before.
to paint.
That's from you
Yeah, we
guys.
can paint everything.
So that's the engine. I can't go down there. It's hot. And that's a generator. There is another generator here. So Stephen Kiddin's cleaning the engine.
They're
So
cutting all the rust. Yeah, they're cutting all the rust off of the engines and cleaning the bilge so that way they can repaint down there and then paint the engines as well. So got to get everything, all the rust and bubbled paint off that usually has rust behind it. I have to get all that off first, and then once that's off, then we can then primer and paint it. But they gotta, it's a lot of work. They gotta sand everything down to the metal and get the old paint off and then reprimer and then paint on top of it. But before that, they have to sand it, wash it, clean it, let it dry, and then they can apply the primer and then the new paint. So they're doing a good job. They took the batteries out so they can get behind the batteries and underneath the batteries, and they're very heavy. So it's a real good job. They were able to do that, and they're doing it properly. So I'm proud of them to see that. Making some progress. So the next thing is after everything's washed down and dries, is then to primer everything.
Oh,
But it's pretty hot in here, isn't it?
yeah, very hot.
And we have epoxy the frames.
I hope you guys are bringing a lot of water.
Yes.
Yes, you got to put epoxy on the steel. Yes, before they primer
Okay, so this is
to fill any divots in the steel or any spots in the rust. Then they can primer it. Thank you, Kate, for reminding me.
thank you. So that's the one. That's the engine part. I'm not gonna go down there because it's so messy and it's hot. And I just took a shower. I don't know why I didn't take a shower before I
So once
came here.
everything's done,
So that's it, guys.